Okay, so I will continue in this tutorial whatever I left in the previous. So next I need to add the details, the door, windows and the top portion. So here there is an option name called, I already selected the face. So in modify you'll find out if you're not finding that option, detach option here. Below the modify, detach option, okay, click on. Okay, now the object got separated. So detach in the sense of those face got separated now. So you can move the pivot point also in shortcut insert option, move it to the side. So right now the top view. So you need to extrude insert option while the side of a window. So for that I inserted that portion. Then extruding inside, push it inside. Select particular axis and move it inside. So you can possible to delete, just delete it. So I selected all these faces and extruding forward, front side. Okay, so this is the pillar. So I already created in box. So right now I am selecting the top portion. So move it this side because the shape is little, the length is more, so that I moved that vertex, selected the face and extruding. Okay, moving this one little bit upside. So you need to create the roof portion. So the polygon model, once you understand the techniques, how to make it. So it's easier, not the difficult one, but this is the platform of learning the basic polygon modeling with a simple house model. Select this side also. And one more thing, while extruding, there is an option box, named option box called local normal. So once you click on the local normal, so all the extruding faces together, that also you can make it. Okay, extruding this one also, then move it little bit downside. And here also I am inserting, insert. Okay, just scale it inside. Then find out the space how much you needed. So you can visualize yourself. And one more thing, if you learn the 2D practices, if any students having the skills of creating good sketches, those students feel a better 3D model. We have a sketching skills like 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, 3 point perspective, how to create a house, how to create interior design in 1 point perspective, 2 point and 3 point perspective. So this is a line sketch, a basic platform. So without that also we can do it here. So it won't get that much problem. So here we need to use the technical tools. So you need to detach that face. Okay, so this is the window portion. So I'm doing only in polygon. Okay, I'm not using any spline techniques because this tutorial is completely for polygon modeling. So in spline also we have the better techniques to create the different kind of face model, different kind of house, the commercial, residential also. In spline techniques we can use it. Here also I'm making the window portion. So for that I selected all these faces. Then there is an option name called insert option to duplicate the selected face. Okay, move it this one little bit down. Okay, select these two vertices and move it down. Okay, the outline, the inserted outline for the side design for the window. So that you need to make the value 0. Select all these faces. Then option box. Okay, so extruding this one, the only one thing you need to make the value 0 for that. So it's not being a straight. So making the value 0 now, then group. So no need to local normal here. Then move it front side. And only one more thing. So in the basic polygon modeling, so no need to create much lines. So whatever the lines is needed, that only you need to create. So if the more lines, you will face the problems. In every model, you need to start with the simple box and creating the lines you needed. How much line? No need to make the much lines. Otherwise, what will happen? So if we're talking about the rendering portion, so once you do this kind of a model, then you apply the texture, then you apply the lighting, the final portion, the rendering. The more lines, the render time will increase. If the mesh are, if the object are less lines, then the render time will decrease. That is the only one thing. So we can use the different techniques to make the object less lines. If you're working in a better system, that is good. If 16 GB RAM and the graphics supported is 3 GB, 2 GB like that, the graphic card, then it will be faster. The software will work much faster. Okay, so this one I'm rotating. Also, one more thing, while rotating any object like box, sphere, or any other object, so you need to be click on the angle snap tool. Then only it will rotate like exactly the 45 degree, 90 degree, 180, 360. So like that, it will come. So it's easy when you click on the angle snap tool. Also in the X, Y, Z, there also you can make it. Okay, so you got it how to rotate the any kind of box exactly 90 degree, 45, 180, 360, etc. Also, you need to make one cylinder. Just rotate 90 degree exactly, then move it down and scale it because the right now the depth is more, so not that much is needed. So move it down. and scale it up. Okay, so then scale it up, click off, then you can move it, shift plus move it. Shift and move, and option box, how many objects are needed, how many duplicates objects are needed. Okay, so you got it. All these are, I duplicated one cylinder into other side. The similar way, so in this side also, just copy one cylinder and just move it, how many cylinder, the duplicates needed, option box. For the duplicate any kind of an object, shift and move it. To duplicate this object to the down portion, here also rotating this one. Okay, so I'm copying to here also. And the stairs also you need to make with the simple box, the stairs. Scale it down. Okay, for the stairs I'm copying this one and scaling this object, the depth, the length and height. So right now the pivot point is in one side, not in exactly the center of an object. So that is what it scaling like that. So the remaining portion is to make the window, the door and the top portion for the windows. That also you need to create. Okay. And right now there is a default colors. If we do any kind of an object, there is a default color. Default color you can change it in the right side of the software. We'll find out the colors. For the texturing, you need to take the materials and apply the texture. So that is a different classes I will explain about the texturing portion. Okay. Okay, so I will continue more about in the next tutorials. So still we need to add more details for the windows, doors and all. The similar way you can take the reference. The similar reference also I will give you the similar kind of model how I did, and the reference image also I will provide to you for the practice one. Okay, for the angle snap tool, rotating an object exactly 90-45 degree. So you already got it, I explained almost before in this tutorial. Okay. So, and one more thing, the glass portion. So, in glass, you can make it, you cannot, will not look good in the polygon. So, that is in materials. So, we need just drag and drop. Once we do any kind of glass material in materials, we need to change a lot of changes to create the glass, window glass, the mirror, and some other material. So those situation, it will look good in rendering. But here it looks a simple polygon. Okay, so I'll continue in next tutorials about much about this.